Tanisha Gray says she and the defendant were in a domestic partnership for a year, but the defendant cheated on Tanisha with her best friend, and now they are dating. Tanisha's suing because she claims the defendant posted on Facebook that Tanisha was a prostitute with AIDS. Defendant Nakana Clay and her girlfriend Laura Williams insist they did not start dating until after Nakana broke up with Tanisha. Nakana denies posting anything about Tanisha on Facebook, and she's countersuing because she claims Tanisha keeps filing bogus restraining orders against her.
Start with you.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. The defendant is my former domestic partner. The other defendant is my former best friend. I'm sorry, Your Honor. I've been knowing my former best friend since she was about 15 years old. I've only been in a domestic partnership with Nakana for about a year. I don't understand what's the point of them trying to make my life so miserable, but that is what they are doing. Nakana
Did you have a problem with
home.
them having a relationship or something?
Yes, sir.
Why?
Because they did it behind my back while we were still together. And that caused...
Oh, okay.
Yes, sir.
If your best friend was cheating behind your back with your mate, I understand. When did you discover that?
Around March, at the beginning, I didn't actually know. I didn't actually find out until I left my home that that was the reason, through other people and just actually basically word on the street, but...
Gossip.
Basically, but okay. I came to find out myself when I gained access back to my home.
That they had been together while you all...
Yes, sir, they were...
What did you see in the home to convince
They were
you?
in my home, Your Honor. They were living in my home. The police had to escort them out, Your Honor, so that I could gain access back to my home. Nakana was keeping me out of my home for about 3 months.
You tell me the circumstances, because she's pretty broken up over here about you dating her best friend.
Me and her didn't start dating until about 2 months, 2.5 months after me and her had broken up.
Did you tell her that?
Yeah, I told her that I was dating her. She didn't want to hear it. She
but
was
did
upset
you
about it.
let her know that it was after you all had broken up?
She knows that, Your Honor.
She says she believes you all. And the reason I'm doing this because that makes you look pretty bad. And I got to give a lady a chance and see where you're getting your information from to make her look so bad that she would cheat with your best friend while you all were together. That's pretty rough.
She is so obsessive and jealous that me and her friend never really had any opportunity, or I didn't even really get to know her until after we were broken up. And we never even had an opportunity to cheat, or we never even tried, never flirted or anything.
Stay tuned. The case continues after this. Plaintiff Tanisha Gray dated the defendant, but she claims she cheated on Tanisha with her best friend, and now they're dating, and she's with the defendant in court today.
How long were you together with the defendant?
I'd want to say about 8 or 9 months, Your Honor.
Okay, you were together 8 or 9 months. How was that? Did that go all right?
It did, Your Honor. Well, so I thought it did. Things just got bad around March when she was turning 26. She just became verbally and mentally abusive. I didn't know why and I didn't understand. I later found out that she was having sex with my best friend. As I said, things got so bad in my home that I allowed her to move in. This was my home that I invited her to move into. Things got so bad that I left my own home. I chose to leave because my name was on the deed and I knew that I could always return. When I tried to return...
Things got bad in what way?
She just became physically, emotionally, and just really...
You said she was both physically and verbally, so I wanted to ask about the physical.
One particular day, I tried to move out of the back bedroom that we shared into another room of my home. She got angry and said that she didn't want to live like this, so she dragged me by my feet off the bed and just kept dragging me through the house. I guess angry because she just basically said she didn't want to live like that, and if I'm her wife, I'm going to sleep in the same room. Things got just really, really bad, and so I decided to leave.
Okay. And I'll allow her to give me some background. Ma'am?
Like she said, we was together for about 8 months. Throughout the relationship, she was very obsessive and very jealous. One time she even drugged my drink because she was jealous of the nurses that I was working with at the hospital. She felt like they always flirted with me, so she didn't want me to work no more. So she drugged my drink, and I was asleep for about 3 days, and I lost my job because of that. She was jealous of my kids. Every time my kids would come over, every weekend, we and her get into it. If I go
What
by,
type of drug was it?
ecstasy.
Ecstasy does the opposite.
No, after it all came down.
After the ecstasy, you sleep for 3 days?
Yes, sir. I was asleep for about 3 days.
Ecstasy is a very, very popular drug, unfortunately,
if
and
you
I've
something
never
put in
heard of
your
anybody
drink-
sleeping for 3 days off of ecstasy. But nonetheless, you slept 3 days straight, and when you woke up, what happened?
And when I had lost my job, and she also was just jealous of my family and my friends. She didn't want me to spend no time with nobody but her. That's what I'm saying. Like, this.
How about the physical assault?
No, sir. I never assaulted her.
You didn't pull her off the bed onto the floor and
No,
drag
sir.
her?
No, sir.
All right.
She would move her stuff into a room. I'll leave. I'll come back. All her stuff moved back into my room like nothing ever happened, and she'll have dinner made for me and everything.
All right, let's get to the defamation that you're suing her about.
I'm an adult entertainer in a high-end club that we work in, Your Honor, and she got on my page and she posted.
Gentlemen's Club?
Yes, sir, and she got on my Facebook page and posted these postings saying that I have HIV, I have AIDS, stating that my mom pimps me out in strip clubs and my mom should get it too, saying that I do drugs, amongst other things. They won't allow me into my job.
All right.
So I have the evidence to prove that I do not have AIDS, Your Honor. I took the AIDS test last night, to be exact. These are the postings, Your Honor. This is also, I also have a witness statement, Your Honor, that I was living with the 3 months, or some of the 3 months that Nakana wouldn't let me in my home.
What did you do about her not letting you in your home?
I had to go to the city, sir, and gain a restraining order. This is actually the third one. I had to file a restraining order in order to gain access back to my home.
Well,
because I
about
added her
that,
name to my deed.
Let's
that
see
was
the
why,
restraining
sir.
order.
I added her name to my
Does
deed.
the restraining order say you needed it to go into your place?
I added her name to my deed, so therefore she had no legal right to leave. So I was informed that the only way that I would get back into my home was I had to file a restraining order.
That's what I'm saying.
And let them know what happened.
Does it say that? That you filed to get back in your home?
Oh, yes, sir. On maybe like the 4th or 5th page. Yes, sir.
Okay. Ma'am, what do you want to tell me?
I don't even know anything about these Facebook messages. She had asked me one time, and I told her that I don't know anything about them. I wouldn't even do her or do anyone like that.
Okay. How are you convinced she did it, ma'am?
If I can see the postings, Your Honor, I can go by each posting and tell you how I specifically know that she wrote it. I have to see it so I can. This first posting, if I would have listened and not walked the streets for money, I wouldn't have AIDS now. I went through something like that when I was younger.
She's the only one that ever knew this?
The one that I told, yes, sir. She's the only one that I told.
She's the only person that ever knew that you walked the street?
Yes, sir. That I told, yes, sir.
No family member, no other friend ever knew?
No, sir.
That's your only evidence that you have that she did it?
No, sir. I have other ones. The second posting, I thought was wrong for leaving me, but I guess not. Who would want to be someone with AIDS? Nikki was the only one that I left.
For leaving me. All right. And that
she was
makes
the only
sense.
one I left at that time.
All right. How are you countersuing her for harassment?
Because she keeps filing these restraining orders against me, which are not true. She calls my mom's phone.
Restraining order alleging what, ma'am? Because, I don't see anything here saying these restraining orders are for you to have the ability to go back into your house. That's not what restraining orders do. I suppose she was physically abusive during the time she came back. I started to notice she has been back to the home after See, and that's what you say. She's been back to the home. In other words, this restraining order is to keep her away. Restraining order is just that, restrain somebody from coming in. No, we're not going to debate it. I know what it is. Ma'am, I think she perhaps needed to keep you away from her. What other harassment?
Okay,
other than she filed restraining order?
She filed the restraining order. Then I have Facebook message that she calls saying she's going to mess up my life and that she got me. I have...
Mess up your life how?
By the things that she's doing. By putting the pill in my drink to lose my job.
She says that?
She's not saying what she's going to do.
All right, well, mess up your life could bring you to court and sue you.
Okay, well, I have other messages where she's saying that she's going to kill us.
There you go. Show me where she says she's going to kill you.
Okay.
We're talking. Ma'am, did you send a message to her that you were going to kill her?
No, Your Honor.
You didn't threaten her life?
No, sir.
Your Honor, I also have witness statements of when she can't get in contact with me,
the fact that you call yourself checking me about it would be the B before me, and that was my friend, told you I'm still beating her A, whether we get together or not. But you straight keep calling me about what the B saying. I'm still in love with you, which you appear to be here today. Just as I was the first day I met, you makes the mistake, this hostile, violent situation for me. The best thing for me is to leave before I take both of y'all lives. She says she needs to leave.
I also have witness statements.
No. I want you to show me the text where she actually says, I'm going to kill you. Remember, that's what you told me. And this, she said the very opposite. You have anything like that?
No, I just have my
All right,
statement.
$5,000 is your judgment, ma'am. I believe this is the worst type of defamation. And you say she harassed you by threatening to kill you. You gave me a document assuring me that that's what it says, and it says no such thing. It says the opposite. Have a good day. Judgment for the plaintiff. Your claim is dismissed.
Ooh, told you. Wrong.
Still ain't over. Still ain't over.
That's okay, right, bitch, wrong day. Right,
got what you want, though. Remember that. I took yours and still standing on. I took yours, that's why you crazy now.
It's over. Please leave me alone now, please. I'm finna get married and I'm continue on with my life. Do something with that $5,000. Try to get your life together with it.
I have nothing. Thank you, Judge Mathis.